Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. This is the rise of Cornoe and we're busy working on our second city, Satomic, over here. And things are moving, but it is probably a bit slow. It is probably a bit slow from an episode perspective, but there's a lot to do. And so we keep getting straight into it, planning out next steps and so on. We've got this set up ready to go. Ooh, we've got this. One of the things that I've kind of realized we're missing is a water tower. So the water tower, I kind of planned out not to have a water tower. But from a resilience perspective, I think it's really important we do have a water tower. So I've gone into the mods, grabbed us another water tower. Let's have a look. Something that's a little bit larger. This one over here, let me if you right click it, you can favorite it and then it will pop up into this menu. I don't like everything being in here, but I do every now and again add a favorite. So this one actually looks pretty good. So what is the size of this? Let's have a quick look. The size of this is, it doesn't say. I thought it was something like max power consumption. So it's a pump as well. 300 doesn't actually tell me the water tank, and these don't take. I might not use that then. It's 93 tons of steel, which is a little bit more than I would like to have. So I thought what I would do is I will add a little bit extra right over here. I think something like this. Just see, how are we going to set this up? Yeah, I think something like that is it good. So we can do that. And then the plan is here, if I take some pipes, we should be able to link it up there and link it up here as well. So that means we'll fill up the water tower also. And once the water tower and if this thing does go down for some reason, we'll end up with a little bit extra to feed our people. And to be honest, it's something we could, or to feed our people, to give our people water. It is something. I'm just thinking about it. It's something we could do at other locations as well, maybe by doing a little bit of a loop around. Loop to a water tower and back? Maybe. If we need it, we'll do that, I think. For now, I think one water tower here, plus the pumps, obviously, will do a good enough job. And plus it's a way of checking that we're not running out. Okay, good. That's fine. Let's link it up so it can start building. It will be... Yeah, so those can start building over here. We'll need to start building on this side so we can get things to start moving. Yeah, that's okay. All of that's in place, so things should be constructing. I want to make sure that we're always constructing. If we're not always constructing, it means our crews are not doing, are not always busy. So let's do that, see if we can get that to start working. This is under construction. So yeah, lots of construction happening. We don't need to worry too much about running out of stuff to do. Ooh, tunnel bore machine. Very keen. We'll definitely be using tunnel bore machines quite extensively. What the hope is that this additional town is kind of our last low-tech town, in my opinion. I want to try and make this our last low-tech town, in the sense that we're going to just do basics here. Here's going to be a railroad, basic infrastructure, things like that. And then ultimately, in the future, we'll do some fancy stuff like metros and, tunnel bore machines and proper grade separated intersections and all these kind of things that we can do in this game, and that this game does so nicely, but obviously takes a little bit of time and effort to just get us there in the first place. This section is underway, but struggling a little bit. That is happening. This is all done. This section is underway. That section's underway. So definitely a lot happening with regards to the road network. I don't think I'm going to necessarily move into doing this section just yet. I think up to here is good. We're ready to go and extend this area, but what I want to do is we'll need to see what we're going to do here with regards to road connections to this area so that we can build. I want a nice big proper construction yard office thing over here. We might see about getting a bit of a bridge connection across here. This is such a cool little feature. I don't want to just kind of flatten it out. I want to see about using it as a feature in our city, as we're trying to do over here. So I want to try and respect what we have in terms of our land mass, basically. Okay, now what we didn't do, we're ready to go with regards to power here, right? This power infrastructure should be under construction. Actually, we can quite comfortably tie this one in now. I'll just do that. So we'll get that moving so that the construction can start over here and we can start doing all of this. I had a bit of a thought around this and whether this area might be a little tight for all of this. In which case we may want to do something bigger over there. But I think in the retrospect, what is this? Track builder KZH46 that's the old one, right? The original one. I just want to double check that from that perspective. If I go to the depot or to here, for instance, and I want to buy a track builder, yeah, it's a cheap one. So this is 35 speed, 50 kilometers an hour. Yeah. So it's half as effective as this guy. And slower as well. So the interesting thing about that one, yeah, we don't want two. We'd rather just buy another one of these guys. It's much cheaper now, right? I thought we paid 300,000 for it. That's interesting. Okay. Well, we're not buying another one just yet. I think we're quite comfortable with how we're doing it. We don't want to go over the top. Our bridge is coming along nicely, and if we wanted to make changes here, we need to do it now. Ooh, excellent. This is up. So what I can do is in terms of... So we don't have waste here just yet. So I'll start by grabbing a few snowplows. Probably at least 4 of them. The only other thing we're going to need here is garbage collection, right? So what I will do, and we'll widen this up quite nicely, and then we'll just assign... we'll assign this border post. It's quite a distance, so for the time being we'll have to assign... do we assign that one instead? I think so, actually. It's closer. Let's assign... let's clear all of them out, and what we'll do is we'll assign that one, so Cornoe, so they can go through the town there. That's fine. So we'll have snowplows up and running, and then we'll get waste as the waste starts to become a thing. We'll start looking at that as well. This one is connected. So all of this, there's lots of construction that should in fact start to happen. I can also look at expanding our one-way system. So I can quite comfortably do that. There to there. There to there, there to there. So we make sure we've got our one-ways doing their thing. All the way up to there. Yeah, the whole thing will actually work. So we've got our one-way through town here quite nicely. It's looking pretty good. This is not connected. This one is connected, so we're going to see if these intersections work. This one I've disconnected just because it's a pretty close. I don't want us to run into lots of traffic issues here. Also, this is not necessarily feeding that much. These are actually more connecting to other things as well. So this is just kind of a little area here, and this one might be expanded into that area. I don't quite think we're going to pass by there, but that's okay. All of this kind of stuff is starting to take a bit of shape here. Okay, so that's our current construction activities. Lots of people, 6,500. Just have a look at this. Yeah, lots of people living at home. So we can, if we started to build some additional places where people could live, we could use that straight away, but we're not in a position to do that just yet. So there's still a lot of stuff that needs to happen before we can get there. This is a bit of a priority, so let's high priority this a little bit for me. Just so we can get this up and running. I'd rather get a bit... Oh, well, it's not going to work, is it? Because we don't have any workers here. We could start running workers in here from Cornoe. If we so thought it would be useful. But really, we just need to get the rest of this up and running. Okay, so I'm not going to bother with the power just yet. I'm not going to bother with any of these things just yet, because this is going to give us everything we need to make a start. So let's start planning out what the items in the city will actually be. And then we'll probably make a start on it from this side. So let's get cracking on our bus station. So I think that is appropriate. So let's pop our bus station in there. And then I think we will need to get heating and all these kind of things up and running. So what is this? This is a pumping station. This is a heating exchanger. So this is the one we would like to build. Let's see. There's a few things here we'd like to build also. So what I'm kind of wondering is, let's try and do... Let's try and do proper little pathways alongside our main road here. I think that's the plan. On both sides, it's going to look... I think it's going to look pretty nice if we do that. So let's start doing a little bit of this. And we can even do trees in between, yeah? So let's do a little bit of a straight section there. And then we'll try and tie this up with a nice curve there. I think that's okay, because we'll do some nice trees alongside it. I don't necessarily want to get it any closer. Because then, let's have a look. Can we add some trees in there? Because I want to make this place look quite nice as well. Let's get these two jars. It seems we can get them in there, so we could maybe bring it a little closer. So let's do that one more time. I want to plan out this first block here. So we're going to give most of our stuff in here. So let's cancel out this section here. Give me... Oh, and I want to make sure we're doing it kind of on the same side. I want the... Yeah, I want the lights to be on the same side, right? So if we were to do that, I think that's about right. And then if we do that... Oh, that's... Yeah, that's about as good as we're going to get it there. That's okay. I don't mind that too much. And what the plan would be is to try and, well, we can get it actually pretty close there. Maybe something like that instead. So let's get the first piece up and running here. Yeah, something like that. Let's get started on it. Oh, actually, can I cancel a little section? I'm pausing it for a second, so I'll cancel a little section there, and I'm just gonna redraw it from that side. Do that and try and get it to go into one single big stretch. So they just do the whole thing there at one go. So that's the one side. So we're running the lights on the outside. So let's do the outside lights on this side also. I want to do that. So if we were to say this direction, yeah, this is the right one to do. So we'll do that. We'll tie it in like so. That's fine. And this one will be a little bit further away, so we'll do something like that. And then let's do a little straight section over here, tie that in, good stuff, and then we'll tie the whole thing in from that side. Ooh, I like it. That's it's fine. It doesn't have to be super asymmetric, okay? So let's get that going, and what I'll do again is I'll just delete any of these additional little nodes that we've got, so the whole thing kind of builds in one foul swoop, and there we go. So that can start. Got some pollution warnings, of course. Is it cooling down? Not yet, I think. No, still a long time before it will actually cool down. We just actually went through our first areas. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be built over here. We definitely need to get that built. Let's just have a look. Where do we need to tie in some road connections? Okay, so what I think we definitely need to do is bring at least one more road in through here. It might be okay to get it quite nice and tight on that side. Yeah, so something like, let's can we run it? Oh, we can run it straight through that section there. So let's run it through there. Try and get it. That's okay. Let's do that. And what I'll do is we'll try and hit the center of it here somewhere. There we go. So let's make a start on that section of road so we can build some of this stuff. Over here on this side, we'll wait for this to get done, then we'll start working on that. So there's lots of new construction items currently underway. We'll probably want to extend some of these paths, but now we might be able to hug it here, right? Let's just quickly keep an eye on that. So we're running on the outside. No, it's this one. That's not going to work. Can we? No, don't snap. Let's take off snapping. We can run it through there. Oh, I like it. I like it. So we're going to hug there. We'll get cracking on that one. Let's get moving on that. So at least we've got a bit of room here. Now, even though we've got all of this stuff in the way now, at least we'll make that work. We'll try and hug on this side a little bit so that we maximize any stuff that we're building in here also. Wouldn't mind building a bunch of stuff in here. The question, however, will be whether they can walk to another facility. So if we're going to build some residential along here, let me just double check this ever so quickly. Yeah, that's going to be okay. We will have, firefighters on the way. Excellent, that's good. Yeah, this one should keep it. Yeah, it's actually winning with just that little guy there. But I do like the combo of the small one and the big one, because the small one does in fact help stabilize it while we wait for the big one to arrive. So a quick response time there. We want to do firefighting helicopters in this area as well. So that's some of the stuff that we'll start to do also. So this construction is now starting to go. So we'll start working on this once this road is done. Yeah, okay. So now let's plan out some of the things that we're going to need. We're going to need, we will need to bring in power infrastructure. We don't at this stage have any distribution, but we'll run distribution probably to these kind of corners here from this facility. Just need to be sure that we are providing power towards this side. One of the things that we probably need to have a bit of a look at, and I'm thinking this corner here is going to be really good for because we're going to have to have fueling and things here. I'm thinking this corner will be good for a fueling station. We'll have power here anyway, so that'll be fine. Don't necessarily have to bring in power just for this. So if we go and have a look at what we've got, I'm kind of tempted to look at one of these one-way options, right? So the idea be something like that. Even on this side potentially. But if we look at that, yeah, that's a bit. It could work there. It could work in that location. So if I would like to do my own version of these things. So if we were to do kind of the edge section there, I think the edge section is fine. Let's give it a little bit more room there. Actually, yeah, I just don't want it. This could be quite busy in this section, right? Where on this side there's not a lot going on, so potentially we do it somewhere over here instead. Yeah, maybe if we can squeeze it in here, that's a bit more. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense, right? Let's do that. Let's squeeze it in here. I don't think, because these guys will from time to time need to fill up, right? So if we do, I just don't. Well, we'll have a subsequent area. I think that's fine if we do that, and then we do that. Let's do that and get constructing on that as well. That's okay. I think that's fine. Let's not get too pedantic about it. Oh, this one is done, ready to go. All of the other stuff is still needing a little bit of work, but I think things are, of course, progressing. This guy should be okay. So we're not seeing all the construction crews getting there at the moment. So let's see about our sizing area. Let's expand what we're doing with that one. What is this? This is a construction office, right? So let's expand that so we can get a little bit more action out of it. This is a road construction. Okay, so that's okay. All of these construction offices doing their thing. We have a construction office over here, of course, but that's purely for building roads. And it seems like we're not necessarily building. Let's just see where our reach is at the moment with this stuff. Right? What do you mean? Oh, here it is. You need to go to auto search there. So we are able to reach most of our roads up to where we're constructing at the moment. But yeah, we are not necessarily fully able to tie into all of our road construction pieces. So like these, for instance, are not getting tied in. So what we need to do is we now need to go ahead and start setting up some stuff here. So if we go to the construction offices assignment, so let's assign a construction office. Number 1 will be the Novigrad border construction office for roads. So let's get the other road construction office in there also. Okay, so that's 2 road construction offices. Now, if we go to number 2, let's assign our other construction offices. We've got this guy, Cornoe Hills, and we've got this guy as number 2. And now we can go ahead and assign construction. So we can see if someone is not. So let's go number 1. If we're, do we have all of our road sections added? Oh, we actually do. Oh, well, I probably do not. I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do that. I didn't want to do the one at the bottom there. This is all done. I wanted to make sure we've got this all going. All good. That's all happening. We want to definitely... Oh, that's done? Is it? This is all done. Okay, good. Now, we can probably expand what we're doing here. So, these are... What is that? That must be a prisoner bus. We should be able to... oops. That's not what I want. Cancel that. Let's get this one in place. That's underway. We can make a start on the next section here as well. We want to make sure that we keep going on this stuff. That we don't necessarily slow down. That one I'll hold off on a little bit. It'll need to tie in over here. So we'll hold off on that just a little bit for the time being until we get our steel mill planned out at least. So that we can maximize the use of that. Oh, this is now up and running. So... we may as well assign all of these. Yeah, let's just do all of that. And what we'll do is we'll get our construction in place and we'll assign all of this. Oh, good. All of that is starting to happen now. I like it. I like it. Okay, so now we don't have workers here. So the fire trucks will go out, do its thing. Kind of tempted to use one slot for like a helipad and get a helicopter in here, but we don't have aluminium for our. So probably that's not the right approach for us just yet. Do we have coverage over here? Just wanted to double check whether we do have coverage to all of these buildings. We do not have coverage to this building, which can be quite a devastating one if we do end up losing it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab at least one fire truck in here. Something like this, a level 23. 26. How many workers? It doesn't actually tell you. 19, 20, 17. 17 is not bad. 17 is not bad at a reasonable number. So let's get that one in there. I think that's a good one to have. It's a pretty quick one as well. So let's get that one. And what we'll need to do is set up a couple of little buses to just take people there. So if we have a look, do we have workers here? Few workers there. And workers on that side. So let's do workers on that side. It just makes a little bit more sense. I'm going to grab 2 small buses. Do like micro buses. No, maybe not micro. These 32s are good. Give me 2 of these 32s. I've got a new vehicle. Okay, now with these vehicles, I will go from here to there to here. Okay, so that's the plan. We're only unloading here. We're only we're only unloading on that side. I don't think it makes a difference what we pick up, but we don't necessarily want to pick up tons of guys there. Okay, so let's go with that. We'll call it temp. Let's just call it something temporary. Temp workers. We'll do that. We'll leave it as temp workers because I think the idea is for us to replace it as soon as possible. Let's make a start on that one, and then for this guy, we would like to assign it to our other one also. No. That's not what we want. That's not what we want. We want to assign it there. That's funny. And what we'll do is we'll make a start. There we go. That should do the trick. Lots of new vehicles and stuff coming in. Okay, so hopefully that gets us there. What these guys? Oh, we don't have power here, so there's no way these are working. It's just looking funny in that that illuminated view or that highlighted view from the construction menu. This is done, huh? So now we can make a start on this section. I will actually. What I'll do is I'll build out like that. Yeah, let's build it out like that. At the same time, we'll build this and that out as well. So let's make a start on all of these sections. So we'll get some gravel in here to just gravel up these little sections of road here. This won't necessarily be any through traffic, so we're not going to worry too much about that. Once this road is built, we'll start building that. Okay, let's now start laying out some of the things we'll need. So if we are going to have people walk here, I think this area is a good spot for a reasonable shopping center, right? A reasonably sized shopping center. So let's have a look. So if we go and grab shopping centers, I want a larger one. Small shopping center. Actually, I think not too large. What does this guy look like? This will give us reasonable... Okay, what we don't have, let's quickly first do a few things. We need sewage substations, which we won't have any issues with, to be honest, in this location. But we also don't have... Let's just have a look. We probably do need to do the slightly smaller sewage switches as well. So I'm just going to run a sewage switch here, just so that we can do... into multiple directions. Okay, so let's get a sewage switch. I think this was this. Oh no, that's the water. So just the very no, not that guy. This guy. So if we were to do this, okay, get the big pipe going, I think this will work, no problems. Yeah, no problems on that. So then we could do, yeah, we'll be able to pick up a few different ones here, including adding some extra. So let's do that. Let's get ourselves a sewage substation. And I'm tempted to just do it like right over here, right? Switch and substation every time. So if we do something like that, gives us our substation, and we'll get some. We probably can do the smaller pipes in here, but I'm just not going to bother with it, to be honest. So if we do that, that gives us our substation for this area. What we don't necessarily have here is water. So now let's have a quick look. If we do a water switch, in kind of this location, where's our pathway? It's on that side. Ah, there we go. It's on that side. So let's flip it around instead. Get the pathway to go out to the other side. And we'll try and... we'll not put it in front of there in case we want to run the road there. So let's do it somewhere over here. I like that. That's our switch. And the idea is that we bring water through here. It's working quite nicely. It goes over the top of these cables. Oh, those are a little bit lower, I think. I think that's the case. And then what we'll do is we'll just tie it in over here with another bit of a water substation. Oh, this is a nice little water substation in this area as well. We can't actually turn it. Yeah, so maybe that's not the right thing for us to do. Maybe this is the better option. Yeah, something like that. Could give us little pathways in all directions. I think that'll work. Oh, we'll have to double check here. So if we do that, just want to see, quick look here. Are we, we're able to, oh, it goes any direction. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. That is awesome. So we can tie it all in with one path that runs through here. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, that's brilliant. Didn't even realize that's how it worked. So we can do the same here. No, well, this is the vanilla one. So this one can do it. Oh, look at that. Awesome. I love it. Really love it. Okay, excellent. Brilliant. That is just the little wins, guys. Just the little wins. So that should work. Let's just get that pipe in there. Love it. Love it. So that's our water distribution. We'll also need some power over here. And I'm guessing I want it in kind of the same location. We'll have to run it in from this side. So this could actually go to the other side of the road, to be honest. Okay, so let's get a power substation on this side. Okay. Maybe just something like that. We'll get it to go nice and in the corner, though. Just need to be... No, let's not get it in the corner. What we'll do is we'll do it like this over here. If we do that, we need to be sure that we're going to get something on this side also, right? I'll do it on this side. I'll do one there. And one here, and I think that should be okay. Okay, good stuff. So let's see. Okay, so that's our substation. So that should give us power in this area. We do need to get our sewage and water supply on the other side as well. It's going to be brilliant. I do like our utilities is pretty cool, actually. We're doing I like what we're doing with our utilities. It's going to be a lot more kind of professional. Well, it's going to be more resilient. Maybe not super professional, but it's definitely going to be resilient. So we need to bring in some cables here. Okay, so what we have is one to this side, one to that side. Then we've got two for this side over here and two for over this way. I think that's okay because the next round will be coming from this side. I think that's brilliant. So what we'll do, let's go underground and plan out. Ooh. Are we not going to get through? We're going to have to. We're going to drop it, right? There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. That other one's going to be a problem. So straight all the way through there. Thank you. That's the one. And we get... Jeez. There we go. So we'll do our power like that. That's a bit of a challenge to get it through there, but that's all good. So that will work. We can start working on that power. So that gives us power for these areas, and we'll have power over here, and we'll have power options to this side, all from that location. These are nice and built. These are under construction. These are starting to get built. So lots of construction projects underway. Our money is now dropping because we're now importing steel at a very high rate. So the idea is we do need to calm down with some of this stuff. Yeah, this is all underway. Our road building is really good. Our road building is really good. So I don't know if we need another road to go through here. It's going to take up a lot of space, so I don't know if that's the case. So if that's a smart thing for us to do. But what I do want to do... Oh, I don't like this because this has only got the one option, and I'd rather have two slots. This one, I think, is way better. But it will need a little bit of road access, though. Is there anything else? So that's a small shopping center. This is a small shopping center with only got the one, which I don't like. What else do we have? I don't want the massive ones. What does this look like? How many people? How many people can we feed off of this? 105? 150, 150. I think 150 is a reasonable number. The 200 is not too bad. Don't mind a 200. Yeah, don't mind. Ooh, 180. Small shopping center. Yeah, I think this is about the right one. Let's do this one. Just need to figure out how we're going to place this. So if we mirror it, what can we do? No. Yeah, the problem is with this road connection that we've got here. Do we need a road connection if we're going to not necessarily use it? Let's leave a little bit of room here, and we'll do it like so. Let's see. If we wanted to, could we get something out here? We cannot even close get something out there. So, but I don't. Oh, the only issue we will have though. Okay, let's not mess around with it. Let's just make sure it actually fits. So what is that? That's a pub. We'll get to that later. The 180 I think is a nice little number. I like that one. So what we need to do is potentially we need to slot it in like this. Yeah, actually that's going to work, I think. Actually, we flip that around. Is that better? Yeah, maybe this is a little bit better. So if we were to do that, we should be able to get a road out of there. Yeah, we can. And then we can do the storage units on the other side. So we need a small No, 16 tons of meat. How much does the actual place? I think 16 tons of meat is a reasonable one. So we'll do the 16 tons of meat like this. Oh, look at that. We're building stuff. Can we get it a bit closer? Can we? Well, we'll need to. Let's. That's the second one to place. Let's place the other one first. We want a small warehouse. This is the smallest one we've got, right? Yeah. Yeah, so we'll place a small warehouse. And see, this one needs to have a little bit of access. Like this. Okay, so let's do that then. Let's see about giving it a little bit of room here. Good. And we'll get the cold storage going on this side. That's fine. Okay, that's okay. And then what we'll do is we'll have to run a little bit of a road up here. That's okay. I think that's fine. So what we'll do is we'll grab ourselves a road. We will bring it off like this. Tie it in over there. Make a start on that construction. Similarly, we'll get ourselves a little road that comes out of this way. Actually, let's straighten this section up a little. Don't mind tightening it up a little over here. And we could tie them together, but maybe that makes things a little bit too busy. I'd rather have a few more other facilities in here than build a road through there. I think that's fine. Let's start on the construction for these items as well. So this is our road network here. This could be a bit of a hospital spot, I think. This is prime property for our walking distance here, right? We don't have crossing points, which is something we'll have to have a bit of a look at as we go forward. Is this under construction? Why is this not getting built? It's missing gravel? We'll have to have a look. There might be a little issue somewhere. We'll have a look at that now. We might be running out of gravel. Let's quickly have a look. A hospital. I would like to have a look at a little hospital. A big clinic. A hospital. I think rather big hospitals. Well, this is a big clinic. So a big clinic could fit in here quite easily. I'm tempted to do many more smaller buildings than to do the super large ones, right? This isn't going to be a massive city, right? It's going to be bigger than Cornoe, and definitely higher density. It's going to be higher density, so maybe we do need to bump up our numbers a little bit. 60, 75. How about this guy? Let's do the 75 big clinic over here, and we should be able to. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see about getting it nice and tight here. Be very accessible. That'll be very accessible, and we should be able to do that. That's fine. So we'll have the ambulance connections from there. That's good. So hospital over here. We won't build that just yet. Let's quickly have a look at our gravel situation. Yeah, so we are basically just using gravel at a very high rate at the moment, and that's basically what's happening. Yeah, we're using gravel at a high rate. I feel I'm missing a truck here. Oh, here he comes. He would go to fuel. May have gone to fuel up. Yeah. But we are constantly supplying gravel, right? Yeah. So I mean, we're going quickly, and that's the thing. Ultimately, we're going quickly. This has dropped a little bit. Happiness has dropped down a little bit. Is there anything there that's causing us more crime? I'm still seeing the crime stuff here. I'm just unable to drink alcohol. That's okay. Crime is one, and then unable to pray in church. That's okay. Cultural enjoyment is a little bit of an issue. Death of a child. Okay. Crime should still be under control, right? This is starting to worry me a little bit. This is starting to worry me a little bit. This is too many people in here. Do we have crime under control everywhere? We do have all of our buildings monitored for criminal activity, so that's okay. We're not struggling to get stuff through here. For minor crime, I might drop that down a little bit to get things a little quicker, and for medium crime also. And then for serious crime, maybe we up it a little bit. So something like maybe that. Let's just hope that's the case, so we can actually, maybe we shouldn't do it as aggressively as that. Let's just do that. Make sure that we're at least putting people in there. Ooh, we can notify when caseload is excessive. Let's do that. Definitely want to do that. And over here, is there a notify me when cases are excessive? Yes, absolutely. Let's do that. And notify when there are not enough wardens. Notify me when goods are missing. That's okay. All of those, let's just get notified for those things. Our money is now dropping quite quickly. And it's because of our excessive construction industry. Are we exporting enough? It seems like 80,000 is what we're exporting. This is working reasonably. I think all of this is working, right? So we can't complain too much about this. Do we need to bring more workers here is the question. We might have to add another bus to that route. Look at this. Look at this. Almost done with our bridges. And then we're moving into this area. We are constructing like crazy quickly. That's almost done here. We could start the next piece there. That section is underway. So this is going to be our kind of central hub. So let's get a school. And I don't think we need a police station in here. We'll do another whole prison complex. So let's just get a school in here as well. I want to try and do something that's a little larger. Maybe not that. That might be excessive. 360 seems to be a good number. Can actually squeeze in here quite nicely. Alternatively, it could... Yeah, we don't want to do that though. Let's do this. Let's try and get it quite tight there. Okay, so we've got a school there, and then what we also want to do is get a kindergarten in place. Probably a reasonably sized one. Can we fit something in here? Love to be able to fit it in. Why doesn't it want to? If we do it this way, is it square? It's a little tighter than I would like it to be. If we do that, could we get a path around there? Just want to check if we can do that. We don't want to necessarily do that, but if we were to... Can we squeeze it? No, we can't. So I'm not going to do that because I'd rather we want a path through there. So I might go with the slightly smaller one instead here. Just do more. Let's try one more thing. Yeah, there's really no other... Oh, there's a spot for it over here. That's where we're going to do it. That actually works really well. Can do a bit of a square in there, maybe a monument. That's good. So we've got all of that going. I like it. Now, what we are missing in this area is waste collection, but that's okay. I think that's our first little area here. There's definitely room for waste collection. So let's just get all of our roads in place there. And yeah, it seems to be yet the end of yet another episode. Let's get that in place, get it constructed. That's constructed. So the only thing that's worrying me a little bit is these things here. Is it being constructed? Oh, it is. It is under construction. Okay, so I don't have to worry too much about it. Everything is kind of getting constructed. Cool. Cool. This is done, so we can start construction here. Why is this being constructed? Who's getting construction material to that? That's interesting. That doesn't matter. We will need our connection there, so let's get that started. This should go under construction now as well. Oh, love it. Love it. This will be tight in this area with the rail connection through here, but it's fine. It's not going to be it's not supposed to be the perfect city, but this area should be quite central for a lot of stuff here. So we should be able to serve this area quite nicely from these surrounding areas. Oh, the one extra thing I wanted to do is, can we get a bridge connection over the top? So I just wanted to have a look. So I think we had a mod. I had a mod that says stairs, all right? Which I think is a little better than so pedestrian. There we go. I think this one. Steel. That's more steel. So let's go with the concrete one. Yeah, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to do something like this. Let's just get it nice and central. Yeah, that should be nice and central over there. So if we do that one there, and then we do the same thing over here. I want to at least have some pillars in there. Do we not have, don't we get any pillars? Okay. Ah, there we go. At least we get some pillars now. Let's do that so we can get a bit of construction moving on there. These two are done. So what I'll do is I will probably end up looking at tying them in like this, right? We'll do that. We'll do that so that we can tie it in over here. And then, yeah, that's okay. So let's make a start on those guys. We can tie in some paths over here so that we can get moving on some of this construction. Some of that. Is this done? This seems to be done. So this should be under construction. Excellent. So that means we could also tie in a little... We don't? Oh, okay. Oh, this one has a little path that we can tie in there. Get the pumping station going when we need to start moving these guys a little bit. There's still a bit of room here for some decorations and the likes. What we also want to do is try and do something like this, right? There we go. So we can start constructing all of that. This will start getting constructed. Oh, so many things. But it's moving. It's actually moving. I don't mind it. It is moving. And ultimately what we'll need to do... Oh, actually, hang on. Let's cancel all of this. I'd rather we do... a path Well, the path could be on the other side, actually. No, maybe on this side. Otherwise, it's going to be crossing too many times. So let's do path section through there. Get it as close to that as we possibly can. Path section through there. And the idea would be that we... Really? It doesn't want to go there? Well, there we go. There we go. There we go. So we'll get some level of connectivity to run through this area. There we go. I think that's fine. We can start construction on those paths. That should give everybody connectivity. We can then run a path down here. We'll have another path running on that side. So that should be okay. We'll have our connectivity across the highway over here. That's pretty cool. And yeah, that's going to be it. So lots of stuff happening. I'm now starting to worry a little bit about the rate at which we're spending money. And the question being whether we should... Actually, we shouldn't be too far off. I mean, we are trying to... Are we seeing... Do we have workers in here? Just want to double check we are getting workers. One worker? That's not quite what we want. That's not quite what we want. So one worker only over here. Yeah, so that's definitely a bit of a bother. Yeah, that's a bit of a bother. Okay, anyway, lots of stuff happening. Hopefully we're not too far off from starting to rack in a little bit of work. Oh, this is done. I like it. So we have a bus station ready to go over here. We do need to look at how we can tie that in nice and properly. We do need a end station as well. I'm just thinking probably on the other side here. But this is prime property though for our connectivity to these services here. So anyway, but I think that's kind of the plan, is to get that tied in as best we can. Look at how quickly we're building stuff. I like it. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I get enthralled by this game so often. So often I just got to get, stuck into the weeds. But I love it. I love it. This isn't powered yet, so we won't see anything happening just yet. My biggest worry is firefighting capabilities. We might have to add another bus to that route that's crossing here, because we're not getting enough firefighters out here to be able to save this facility should the worst happen. But anyway, I'll see you in the next episode when we will continue our planning and construction. Probably start planning our first residential area over here, which I believe will be, if we can... Oh, we can't really see. Let's just quickly have a look. Where are we going to tie this guy in? Oh, there's plenty of options to tie it in. So we will want to run a path down here somewhere. But there will be other tie-in points here, I'm sure. This one will be our closest tie-in point. And then we just need to understand what can actually go there. But we'll need people to come and work in these facilities. They'll be able to walk here if we do proper connectivity. So that's okay. Potentially walk down here. If we do a good job, we might get them to walk down here, especially if we're building in this area, which I think is okay. We can go around the rail in this area quite nicely. Okay, yeah, so lots of planning as to where our town is going to start here, but there's lots of room for us to expand it, and that's kind of the plan, but we do need to get up and running with the first services. Okay, so a very long one. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.